athletes to the line. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome our athletes. Well, good afternoon, Lima. On behalf of the organizing committee of the ISSF Junior World Championship Lima 2024 and the International Shooting Sport Federation, welcome to the Las Palmas shooting range. The final competition for the 25-meter rapid-fire pistol men's junior event will now take place, so let's meet the athletes. On firing point A, representing India, Lima 2024 is a 21-year-old's first ever international event. Making this his first final is Rajwardhan Patil. On firing point B, representing France, he's 17 years of age, competing at his first international competition, qualifying for the final at the first time of asking. In first place, it's Tomas Gino. Moving on over now to firing point C, representing India. Another World Championship debutant. This is his second appearance in this finals hall, though, after placing fourth in the mixed team event. Let's welcome back Mukesh Nelavalli. And on firing point D, representing France, this is his third World Championship, first final. He won Junior World Cup gold in 2023 and has 2 Junior European Championship medals from this event, 1 bronze and a gold. It's Jan Chesnell. On firing point E, representing the People's Republic of China, the 18-year-old is in his first final at a World Championship. Last year, he took Junior Asian Championships bronze away from Changwon. It's Yao Jianan. On firing point F, representing Poland. With a Junior European Championship trio gold medal to his name, he also made the individual final at this year's event in Osijek, placing 5th. This is his first World Championship. It's Tomasz Jędraszczyk. So we've now met our 6 athletes competing in this final. Let me tell you that the jury member in charge is Sharon Reynolds of Australia. And our chief range officer for this final is Oscar Martinez of Venezuela. Take your positions.
Medals from the Asian Championship. For some, it's the first time here at a big stage such as this one, the Junior World Championship. Here is the Chief Range Officer, Mr. Oscar Martinez. We've seen him so far in almost every final here inside in the final hall that is used for 10 meter, 25 meter and even the 50 meter events. Here's Sharon Reynolds of Australia as the jury in charge. And the athletes are gonna kick off with the finals in just a few moments. So 6 finalists shoot 8 series in total. First elimination happening after the 4th series, after which one of the finalists has to say goodbye to the finals, and upon each additional series before the gold is decided in the 8th series. Of course, that is unless an equal score is there and athletes have to go through a shoot-off series, which is something that we tend to see actually here in this event, particularly because it's a hit or miss. Usually when the decimals are involved, like in any other event, unless it's the 25-meter pistol women event, when it's the hit or miss, there is more chance of a tie. So this is more like, when it comes to the results, more like shotgun, where there is either a target is hit or it's missed. So 9.7 or higher, a little bit different than in the 25-meter pistol women event, where half a point of a difference is there. 10.2 is a hit in the women's event. Of course, it's a different discipline as well. Here, the athletes shoot 5 targets in a time of 4 seconds, 5 shots, which absolutely does look marvelous when they're doing that. They started the competition yesterday, shooting the qualification. 36 junior men trying to qualify for the finals, and here they are, fresh and rested, top 6 from qualification to compete for the title of the junior world champion. And I suppose it's not going to be an easy final or an easy gold to win here. Also one of the more difficult events, especially knowing that if you hit a 9.6, you are so close for it to be a hit. So there is a little bit of that sport chance and a little bit of that sports luck. Here's that bronze medal Jan Chesnel won this year at the European Championship. He's already found himself on the podium this year. He was in a final of a World Cup, actually with the seniors last year in Cairo. He ended up 6th. Let's see what he's going to do here in the junior events. It's time for the juniors to shine. Another bronze medalist, not from the European Championship, but from the Asian Championship. So these two might just be pretty even when it comes to their chances. Jan Chesnel is 3 years older though. Yao Janen is only 18. Tomasz was actually 5th at the European Championship, but won the gold medal in the trio event. So he had a taste of the finals, had a taste of what it's like to stand on the top of the podium of a big competition, such as a European Championship. Of course, this one is way bigger, taking on the whole world. Time for some sighting shots. They'll be shooting 3 at a time, but when we start, they're going to be shooting 1 by 1 in that time of 4 seconds.
30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds for the sighting. Nobody told you. We have followed the rules. Nobody told you.
Something is going on, and the jury and the chief range officer are having a conversation with the Indian coach. Let's see what's going to happen. Everybody's wearing those protective headpieces. The 25-meter pistol is absolutely the toughest one when it comes to sound.
There will be a load command of 1 minute for 2 magazines.
Seems like there was a timing issue. And it's going to be a restart on sighting. But it seems like we're going on. Sometimes these things happen, especially for athletes being in the finals for the first time. Issues may arise. And the athletes have to know how to deal with them in that moment, in that time. Here's Gisèle Ria's friends, the ICSF chairman of the judge committee. Two young men from France are in the finals as well. As I said, it's no wonder. They come from a very long line of really good 25-meter rapid fire pistol athletes. One more time for sighting shots, and then we're going to be ready to start off with the finals. As I said, 8 series are in front of us. The athletes will be shooting one by one. They have 3 sets of targets there. As you can see, they are in pairs of 2. 2 are shooting at the same set of targets. A very demanding discipline, not just for the athletes shooting those 5 targets in a time of 4 seconds, but from the technical side as well, having 5 targets for each of the athletes. Takes up a lot of time, even though it's only 4 seconds. In qualification, of course, 8 and 6 as well. But it can be quite demanding to set everything up and have it go pretty smoothly. In shooting sport, there's a lot of need for technical support, maybe even more than it looks from the outside. But most of the time, everything runs smoothly, and when it doesn't, it's definitely a learning moment for the athletes as well. Because even in the biggest competitions, an issue can arise, and it's on the athletes to stay calm and collected in those moments, focused on what they're doing, and just ready to shoot at any moment the highest scores that they can. Here we go. The junior world record is 35 hits in the 25-meter rapid fire pistol event. We'll see how close these young men come to that world record today. Patil, first one to shoot. So shooting from right to left. Not easy to start first. 2 hits. What we see in the senior competition as like a standard is around 4 hits. 5 is of course perfect, and there's no question about that. But keeping a steady 4 hits is going to get you at the top 3, potentially, of course, if the competition is not crazy strong that day. 3 is not bad. 2 is already kind of a situation that you need to try and get out of. We'll see how it goes on for Patil in the next series. He is done with this one and needs to wait the next 5 finalists. 3 out of 5 for Shino. Again, not a bad start, of course. They just warmed up with sighting shots and are now getting warmed up in the first series. Of course, everything is counting now, so this counts too. But just like everybody else, I think everybody's going to be a little nervous on the first series. Let's see Nelavali, 19-year-old from India. We're getting to see more and more athletes from India in the 25-meter rapid-fire pistol event as well. At the top of the world, we're used to seeing China and France, as we saw. Republic of Korea too. Now India is here. 2 points for Nelavali, just like Patil. Time for Chesnell, his first series. So far, everybody seems a bit tense, but this is not Chesnell's first run. So we might get a couple more hits from him, we'll see. So in 9.7 in that target, 25 meters away, is a bit bigger in a diameter than 10 centimeters. But it's around that number. 3 hits for Jan Chesnell of France. He's used to being at the top of the podium in a world competition, the Junior World Cup of ISSF in Seoul. We'll see how he moves on with the competition. It's time for Yao Janen. Before the Chief Range Officer calls for attention, it's the standard to aim on the first target, just to get a hold on that one. 5 shots, and there we go. 4 hits, that's the highest score we've had so far. Bronze medalist from the Asian Championship in Changwon last year. Definitely showing us how it's done here. We have the last athlete here, Tomasz Jedraszczyk, 19. Let's see how he does. So in all the rest of the events, when it comes to rifle and pistol, it's 8 athletes. Here we go. 5 out of 5 for the athlete from Poland, Jedraszczyk. We started getting a little higher with Yao Janen and his 4 hits, but for a wrap-up on the first series, a great, perfect round of 5 for Tomasz. Of course, taking the lead. Poland at the top of the rank after the first series. We've got 3 more series before the first elimination. So I wouldn't call Nelavali or Patil or even Chesnell and Shino in a bad situation just yet. I wouldn't call it a danger zone, since we do have 3 more series and a lot can change in those 3 series. So let's go back to Patil. Off to a rough start, then nice 3 hits in a row, back into a miss. 3 is better than 2. He is definitely climbing. Maybe he's gonna need a bit more time to get to the peak of his performance. Not a lot of time though. Only 4 series to try and be in the top 5 for starters. And then after each series, one of the athletes is also leaving the finals. So climbing that rank is the most important thing right now. Oh, started off very well with a hit. Something happened there and missed the next 4 targets. Actually missed those 9.7. He could have been in line of a 9. We wouldn't know that. Only 1 hit. We've seen it from the best ones happening as well. It's a tough thing to come back from, though. Almost the same happened to Nelevali. Started off with a hit, 3 misses in a row. Back into a hit. Then for Chesnell, he had 3 hits in his first series. We expect a bit more from this young man. 21 is his last moment as a junior. He already won 2 Junior World Cups of ISSF. The arm has to be on the degree of 45. Before aiming into the target, you can see he's not too happy with 3 hits. He knows at least 4 is the standard. To be a bit more safe in this kind of a final. Time for Yao. He was the first one to get to those 4 in the last series. Aiming at the first target. Attention. Started off pretty nice. Looks like he's not also really happy about this. Something happened in the last 2. 3 hits round up to a 7. Not a bad score, but definitely an opportunity for Jedraščik to keep his lead. Let's see. Look at that, 4 out of 5. Still in a very, very good line here. 9 total. Holding the lead comfortably even. 2 hits and a difference. Chesnell and Patil in the middle, and then down at the bottom of the rank, Nelevali and Shino. 2 more series to go for the first decision. Nothing a 2 perfect series couldn't save here now. I suppose it would be a very good time to do that one for Patil as well. I'm sure these young men have done it over and over again in training, maybe in other competitions as well, but this is definitely a different play in hand. the tempo is good. Started a little bit rocky, up to 3 hits. Not bad, seems like that's his standard now. Total of 8 hits, that might keep him somewhere in the middle of the rank, and at least for the first elimination part, you want to stay in the finals. Time for Shino. Good tempo for him too, but again, something is up here with Shino. He is only 17. Definitely the youngest of the 6 here. Only 1 hit. That was the last shot. Which is even the thing that's a little confusing. If you don't go off on a good start, it tends to go bad, but these guys know how to correct it in the next target. That was a fast start from Nelevali, and he does the same thing Patil does. Seems like their coach is not too happy. Really showing that as we speak. Time for Chesnell. He might be, I'd say, the favorite here when it comes to his achievements. He has a certain technique. Again, very, very nice tempo. 3 out of 5 hits. Maybe he needs just a bit more time to get into the zone. Time for Yao. Yeah, I was expecting that at some point. From the Chinese athlete here, 5 out of 5. Perfect round and a total of 12 hits. Tomasz Jedraščík can definitely stay in the lead here. Still has an opportunity to do so, but we'll see how he reacts after that perfect round. Oh, yeah, sometimes that happens, and you're watching other athletes do their part. That holds in itself a little bit of pressure, of course. Things have changed a bit now. Yao in the lead with 12 hits. Jedraščík with 11. It's just 1 hit of a difference, which is definitely solvable for him. As we move on with the finals. Chesnell with 9 hits, Patil with 8. We have Nelevali. 2 Indians are sticking together here. And Shino, the youngest of the 6 here today, at the bottom of the rank. I would say now he is in danger zone. coming up to series number 4. Back to Patil. Again, shooting his standard, more or less. That's what we've been seeing from Patil. 3 hits. It's time for Shino to try and, well, try and get out of this situation. It's the big one. It's the one that counts. When the elimination starts. Started off well. I was hoping for a 5 out of 5 from him. It's going to be 2, and that might not be enough. It's highly unlikely, and it only depends on Nelevali at this point and what he's going to shoot. We didn't see him miss all of the targets yet, but that would be the only way for Shino to try and stay in the finals in a shoot-off. Not very likely, but does put pressure on Nelevali as well. Ooh, managed to save himself in the last 2 targets. 2 hits from Nelevali. Safe for now to stay in the final. Chesnell, the 21-year-old. Last moment in the junior competition.
Attention.
Three out of 5. Coming up to a total of 12 points. That's going to hold him somewhere in the middle of the rank for now. Let's see the leading junior in his 4th series. Doesn't have to be worried about being eliminated. I think he's more thinking about the top of the podium at this point. Very calm and collected. Almost another perfect round. 4 out of 5 here for Yao Jianan of China. The 18-year-old is really showing up in this final since the very beginning. Now it's time to make amends. Yedrashchik, after that last series, I'm sure he can tell his biggest competition right now is Yao Jianan. But with a perfect round, he could tie him. And we've seen him shoot a perfect round right at the beginning. Oh, another one of these. Not too happy, as you can see. He is given a nice advantage now to Yao Jianan. And we have the first decision at the Junior World Championship here in Lima. Thomas Chino of France, the 17-year-old, wins the 6th place. You can tell that he's a bit disappointed. And the first decision is made. We move on with the next series and the decision for the 5th place. Now is at the top 16 hits. As I said, nice, comfortable lead. Now getting even bigger. 3 hits of a difference between him and Jedraščik. Still expecting a bit more from Chesnell, we'll see. Patil has a 55% accuracy so far. Over half of his targets were shot. Seems like a very good tempo, and finally got out of those 3 hits into a 4 hits, totaling at 15. He is safe now to stay in the finals for the next elimination, which at this point is truly an important part. Oh, we've seen this with Chino as well. The coach is not happy, only 1 hit. And it seems like he's going to be the next one to go out of the finals. No more chances for Mukesh Nelavali. Yeah, Chesnell's turn. Seen him in the senior finals. He did fall out first, but it's not an easy task to even get in the finals of a World Cup on a senior level. Nice tempo, had to be a little bit faster at the end. Managed to score 3 hits here. Now has definitely been shooting the best, 80% accuracy. Great shooting from the Chinese athlete.
Attention.
Let's see what he shows up in the 5th series. This is one of his lower ones, actually. 3 out of 5. Maybe the pressure suits Yao. Feels like this is a little bit more of a relaxed time for the ones who are at the top of the rank, at least for us watching. They're probably going through their own emotions, knowing where they're heading. The point should never be about just trying to stay in the finals, of course. That won't get you to the top of the podium. But sometimes nervousness and a little bit of pressure is not a bad thing. He has climbed out of those 2 out of 5 hits into 3. But we have a decision And it's the 5th place for Mukesh Nelevali, the 19-year-old Indian athlete. Coach is here to give him a hug. He wasn't too happy during the finals, but I suppose he also knows it's part of the process. And these are juniors hoping to find themselves on the stage with the seniors at some point later in their career. Still with a couple of more years to spare in the junior competitions. Now at the top, still holding that difference of 3 hits. Yedrashchik, 16 and 15 for Patil. Patil has been holding a pretty good standard, actually. He hasn't gone too high or too low. Shoots around 3 or 4 targets in each series. As you can see, he is in the top 3, at least by the score. He is tied with Chesnell. This is basically like a shoot-off between Patil and Chesnell, and 2 hits out of 5 might be a little tough for Patil to try and stay in the finals in this case, especially shooting against Chesnell, who is definitely not a debuter in a final such as this one. Let's see if Chesnell now manages to shoot more than 2 hits and stay in the finals. There we go, 3 out of 5 for Chesnell. Just 1 hit of a difference, and it was basically like a shoot-off series between Patil and Chesnell. There is a slight chance there, but it depends on Yedrashchik. He needs at least 2 hits to also stay in the finals. Has been struggling in the last 3 series a bit. Here's one of the athletes who has not been struggling, or at least it doesn't seem like he has. Yeah, Janin. Four out of 5, another great series for the Chinese athlete. It is his first time on a final in a world stage, and he's shooting like he's been here for quite some time, actually. Some visualization from Yedrashchik right before his series to go into it calm and collected, knowing what he's doing. He's done it many, many times. He needs 2 hits to stay safe, to stay in the finals. Oh, barely he made it in the end. The last 2 targets, he started off super strong, strongest of everybody, and he's been really struggling for the past 3 or 4 series now. And the 4th place, unfortunately, the one who doesn't end up on the podium, but seems like he is happy about it. It was his debut. Rajvardhan Patil of India, the 21-year-old. Yes, it was his last chance as a junior, but seems like everything is in all good spirits between the coach and Patil here. You can see more of him in the senior competition from next year on, as the 21-year-old is going to be older than the age line for juniors. But if he sticks to it, I'm sure we're going to get to see him in the senior finals at some point at a World Cup. As I said, there's more and more Indian athletes now shooting the 25-meter rapid fire, and it's pretty obvious here in the junior competitions, with 2 of them being in this final and only 6 get to come here in the final hall and shoot their shot. Let's see Chesnel now. He is tied with Jedraščik. Seems like this next round is a shoot-off between these two. 2 hits, giving a great opportunity here for Jedraščik. We'll see if he's going to be able to match that, try to overcome what's been happening to him in the last few series. He started off brilliantly, but his focus went away a little bit. He's shooting right after Yao, which can also be a little bit intimidating, as Yao has been shooting really exceptionally today. And that's going to be 5 out of 5 from the Chinese athlete, totaling to 28. We're not going to see a junior world record today, but it might be a pretty close one, I have to say. The record is 35 hits, with Yao having 28 now. He's not going to be able to reach it, but he could get pretty close if he manages another round like this one now. It's game time for Jedraščik. He needed 2 hits in the last series. He did it. He now needs 3 hits to stay in the game. Oh, it's going to be a shoot-off. And, of course, it wouldn't be a 25-meter rapid-fire pistol final if we didn't have at least one shoot-off. It's going to be between France and Poland, Chesnel and Jedraščik at 20 hits. Let's see. Chesnel is to shoot first. Three out of 5. Pretty stable, not bad. See if Jedraščik can get back into the zone, channel what was going on at the beginning of the final when he had a perfect round of 5. That's the energy he needs right now if he wants to stay in the final. Shooting against 2-time gold medalist from the ISSF Junior World Cup. That also could play a bit of a role here for the 19-year-old, knowing his competition. Oh, it's going to be 1 hit. Coach is, I guess, a little disappointed, not in Tomasz, but in the situation. What can you do? He did see a great start, and we saw a great start from Jedraščik, but in the end, a medal is here, and it's a bronze medal for Tomasz Jedraščik of Poland. The 19-year-old is going to be on the podium, and yeah, he definitely struggled in the finals. Started off pretty perfectly. And ended up on the podium with the bronze medal. 28 hits for Yao, 20 hits for Chesnel. It's pretty obvious that there is no way that Jan Chesnel can reach what Yao has done here in the final today. but the last series needs to be done. Let's see what he's going to take his silver medal with. 4 out of 5 for Jan Chesnel. Found himself at the top of the world at a Junior World Cup 2 years in a row. Now he's giving the top of the podium over to Yao Jianen, the 18-year-old from Republic of China, bronze medalist at the Asian Championship last year. He's going to end up on the top of the podium here as a new Junior World Champion. Let's see what he gives us for the last series. We've seen some great results from him. Stable shooting, great shots, deserves the gold. Absolutely, no questions asked. Three out of 5. It seems like the tension has gone down, and yeah, it may have been something that helped him throughout the finals. When it was tense situations, I feel like he shot the best. Now when he has calmed down, the focus can go away as well. It's a gold medal for Yao Jianen, the 18-year-old from Republic of China. He is the Junior World Champion in the 25-meter rapid fire pistol event. Silver medal for Jan Chesnel, 21-year-old. It's his last moment as a junior, and he took that silver medal in a great final by Yao Jianen, I have to say. It was a rocky one, definitely a rocky one for Tomasz Jedraszczyk. But in the end, the 19-year-old is going to be on the podium as well with the bronze medal. There's Jamie Stangram in the background announcing the winners here, as he will later on in the award ceremony as well. One more time for the end. 2024 ISSF Junior World Championship for 25-meter rapid fire pistol men junior. Tomasz Jedraszczyk of Poland with the bronze. Jan Chesnel of France with the silver, and the gold goes to People's Republic of China, 18-year-old Yao Jianen. Thank you everybody for watching, for being here with us in this incredible final for the 25-meter rapid fire pistol. We have 1 day of a break now and back on Saturday with the trap events. Don't miss those. Come back and watch the last day of this Junior World Championship happening here in Lima, Peru. Thank you for watching and see you then.
Tomasz, congratulations. You have just secured bronze here at the Junior World Championship. How are you feeling?
Still haven't cooled off after it. I think that's a nice debut for myself. I still can't believe I happen to be here because I'm shooting for like 3.5 years and my coach just brought me here for like a year. So I think it's a great win for our team.
Yeah, as you mentioned, this is just the beginning in your career. You've had European Championship experience, but this is your debut World Championship experience. Talk about the final, because you were leading for a while, and in the end found yourself in a tie-break situation, a shoot-off for the bronze medal.
I think I started good, yeah, because I got 5 and 4 hits. Then I started shooting some unfortunate series because I got something like 5 or 7 times 9.6 shot. So a few lost hits, but I think it was all right.
How aware were you that if you did win that shoot-off series that you would be 8 hits behind the leader Yao, in which case it was almost the final battle for you in that match?
I try to not think about it because if you think about a shoot-off, then you're gonna obviously lose a shoot-off. I know I lost because I just missed, so it was all right, but if you have a shoot-off, if you think about it, then you probably already lost about it.
You lost the shoot-off, but you won the bronze medal, a huge achievement at your debut Junior World Championship. Tomasz, enjoy the podium.
Thank you very much.
Great, thank you, my friend.
Thanks.
you have just become junior world champion in the rapid fire event. How are you feeling right now?
我非常开心，然后我非常感谢我的团队、我的教练，还有我的队友们。
he said he very thanks to his coach and team.
Okay, so this summer you saw the world champion in this event, the senior world champion, Li Yu-hong, become China's first Olympic champion in the rapid fire event. How much of an inspiration was that moment for you, seeing him do that?
他一直是我追随的偶像，然后我会用我所有的职业生涯去追随他。
He said Li Yuehong is his idol, and he will continue to start as Li Yuehong.
Great, and one day maybe we'll see you follow in his senior footsteps. But for now, Yao, you're the junior world champion. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.